Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you're so very welcome indeed. Are we loving the beat? Are we living for the hair? Are we loving the fit? I actually wore the champagne version of this dress yesterday. It's a bit sheer, it's a bit sexy, but I do live and love it. This, my darlings, is by Pretty Little Thing times Naomi. Yes, my darlings, we live and love. Where am I going? Nowhere exactly. I decided to wear black because it's that kind of subject. It's a bit dreary and we're a little bit sad. But needless to say, yesterday I had braids and today I have this flawless, fabulous wig from the Virgin Hair Fantasy. And what? My braids are underneath. I am living and loving because of the seamlessness and the frontal of the wig. Discount code what? Fumi. F-U-M-I. As for makeup, nothing to say. JUVIAS place is always the one that I go to, as well as Colored RAINE. Discount code Fumi. My loves, the two loves of my life, Ula and Adrian. These were made by toro.co.uk. I'll put a link below. They're custom made and they're what I treasure the most. I wore this deliberately because of the subject at hand. Jeezy has now responded on Instagram. I actually put a screenshot of what he had said in the last episode, but I'm going to elaborate today because Lailah Lynn, another fabulous YouTuber, I'm going to put her link below, has come out with court documents to solidify a couple of things that I had said in the last episode. So I want to unpack everything. Let me take my time because I put a list here. You guys requested that I elaborate on the first episode. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of a couple of things. This episode will be very much about how Jeezy is responding. The fact that we have now found out that he filed on the 15th of June of this year. The next episode, we're going to really go in depth about what Jeannie said about having dark meat on the side and going white that keeps her lean and mean. The mere fact that I also am in a mixed marriage, I want us to really go and have a deep dive in that conversation. And that will be for tomorrow. I can only do so much. I have also done the VMA's Red Carpet Fashion Police for you guys. And it will come up this week. You're in for a treat because you're having episodes every single day of this week. But we're going to unpack first about Jeezy and what I had said about Jeezy in the first episode. I'd said to you guys that it was so important for you not to marry a man that had multiple baby mamas, because you will just end up being a number 3 or number 4. You see, relationships, we have to grow from them. We have to learn from them. And if you don't learn from them, that's when you lose. There's this saying, I never lose. I either learn or I win, but I don't lose. You only lose when you don't learn. And I feel that way about Jeezy because he's making the same mistake. Maybe to us because so many of you came out in support of her. I don't think she was aware of how much you were rooting for her, for them, for Jeezy. I don't think they knew. But I always say this, and I did this with Ula. I want to see your ex-girlfriend. Talk to her. Find out why things didn't work out so that you are not a repeat. Because that sometimes can be exactly that. You're sitting there thinking, no, it's going to be different for me. I heard it in the comments that because she is Vietnamese, that she might have thought it's different for her. Mixed marriages, same-sex marriages, black on black love. I understand what the world sees. But once you're in the marriage, trust me when I tell you, all of that fades away because you gotta work. You got to live. Life throws things at you. You're no longer sitting down there, oh my God, it's shiny, it's new. Those are the first 2 years when you make love every day and you travel and you go to work late and you go out late in the evenings. You don't have children yet. Children change the dynamic because now you are caregivers. You are instantly caregivers to this little beautiful helpless human that looks like you. That is the range. Jeezy said that they've been separated for months now. I think that when they were separated, Jeannie was hopeful. Jeannie was still of the pretense and keeping that outside, hoping that perhaps they could mend the marriage. Jeezy knew right away now, and he went and filed in court. The dates are there. Lailah Lynn really goes in deep, and she has all the court documents, when it was released, how it was released, whether some of it was released by Jeezy's camp, maybe it could have been Jeannie's camp, who knows. You will find everything from Lailah Lynn. But what I did pick up was that he filed for this divorce in June. And some way, somehow, it kind of came out now. But they have literally had maybe a year of a good marriage. And once the baby was born, it was a nosedive from there. When Adrian was born, my mother came to stay with us. And it was wonderful because I didn't know what I was doing and I was learning. And I had a wonderful camp because I had Christina and I had Ula. And in Norway, when you have a child, the husband also gets 3 months off. I highly recommend it. Norway has it right. When it comes to children, yes. When it comes to childcare, Europe, yes. That's why I'm here, because I have a toddler. And it works out for both parents because it's new. Now, in the last episode, I said the main reason why Jeezy is getting a divorce is because Jeezy is a wonderful father, I believe. But when it comes to husband, to partner, not so much. Jeezy married Jeannie, I feel, because it was lockdown. The world was super different at lockdown, even I. And the only thing I can say about the lockdown, I am grateful for the 2 years it gave me with Adrian. Because as soon as the world opened up, I had no choice but to hire nannies and get back to work. I had to get back to work. Every single day you ask me about the bras. Every single day somebody asks me about the bras. I had to get back to work. I look back with the fondest memories because all I did was eat, sleep with Adrian. And we went to the parks and it was wonderful. It was such a magical time. I thank God I have those pictures to look at. Unfortunately for Jeezy, his mother passed away. And there was a great and deep loss and void with a lot of boys. And me being the mother of a boy, oh, you should see the way Adrian loves me. You should see the way Adrian holds onto my skirt, onto my dress. He won't let me go. I love it. And I think of him all the time. And that's why I wanted to have these necklaces. These are my babies. Ula's my baby. Adrian's my baby. These are the reasons why I do everything I do. I live for them. I don't know. The life I had before I got married is now very foggy. It's not as clear as it used to be. This is clear to me. This is who I am. When I go out, I'm always thinking, is Ula okay? Is Adrian okay? Have they eaten dinner, this, that? What are they doing? We are always constantly sending pictures to each other. It's a standard in this house. When the nannies are with Adrian, send pictures. It feeds us that, okay, fine. Continue to push, continue to work. You're almost done, so that you can go home. It was what I wanted for Jeezy and for Jeannie. It's what I want for every married couple. Because I promise you, the rewards are endless. But again, some don't make it. And I believe that with the COVID, nothing to do, nowhere to go, nobody to see, Jeezy said, yeah, let's get married. The two prior mothers of his children were not as successful or well known as Jeannie, because Jeannie was on the talk show The Real. And so, with him mourning, with him feeling lost, with him feeling that he had lost the most wonderful, amazing woman in his life, in that low time of bereavement, he married Jeannie. That was 2 years ago. He has healed, and he no longer wants to play house. Same thing with P. Diddy. Beautiful children. He's just had a baby girl. He has never gotten married. The love of his life when it comes to women is his mother. We know that Kanye's mother passed away, and in a way, the Kanye we knew also went with her. There are some men that just don't trust anybody else but their mom. On top of which, we also have the fact that we had Jeannie's mother staying in the house. But we also have Meghan Markle's mom staying with Prince Harry and her and the children. We also have Chrissy Teigen's mom staying with her. Is it a culture thing? Maybe. It could also be a dynamic situation. Because my mom and Ula get along like a house on fire. They cook together, they laugh together. I'm like, Ula, what did she tell you? Yes. But for me, where I think, Jeezy, you are being really callous, is for you to make a comment like that on Instagram. The interpretation for me was that you are over it. And you didn't take into consideration your daughter. If it wasn't Jeannie, at least your daughter. You put a little snowman there, and you talk about, you know what, let me just read it verbatim. And so you say, too focused on who I am becoming to focus on who's not coming with me, and a snowman. I said it yesterday and I'll say it again today. No matter how great you raise your daughter, Monaco would have wanted to see how wonderfully you treated her mom. She would have wanted that. Because it directly will affect the way she has the men in her life. It wasn't necessary for you to write that. It was as if you were feeding the monster, because everybody was amazed, because the blogs really got it after the fact. This news wasn't released. Somebody leaked it. We don't know who. But it wasn't necessary to do that to Jeannie, because I think in this token, Jeannie was blindsided. You should have been able to have a conversation with her. I respect couples that come out together in unison and they give a public statement to say, we will always love and respect each other. It didn't work out. But we will continue to walk this life and for sure be there for our children. There we have no regrets. And there we have all of the love and respect for each other. And that way, in a sense, we can take it all in. You see, you can't play this is not your business, this is ours. When you opened up about your relationship and you wanted us to applaud you and you wanted us to support you and you wanted all the likes and the shares of your wedding pictures, we were there for it all. And then now, oh no, you know, we're going to give you little skits here and there. No, you owe your fans, you owe the public all of this as well. And that's why we're here. And that's why I tell you girls, be very careful. Because Jeezy is showing that he's over it. He doesn't care. He's not crying. He wants to have joint custody. He's bringing up the fact that our prenuptial agreement should be carried out in full as it is in print. Since June, he filed, even though they were separated. When a child is born, a mother is born. And your instincts kick in that you never had before. Let me speak for myself. That I never had before. Never did. And you are different because you're a mom. And I think it's nature's way of protecting that child. And so going out at night, dropping it like it's hot is no longer my thing. Not that it was, but for sure, not anymore. Unless it's an occasion where I have to attend. But I am happiest being at home. Perhaps all of that partying that Jeezy and Jeannie used to do, Jeannie is no longer interested. Jeannie wants to be at home. Jeannie wants to be with her baby Coco, and she's so adorable. And perhaps Jeezy didn't want that. Perhaps Jeezy thought that Jeannie would not change. But she had a child. You changed her. She has a baby. She has a responsibility. And even though you are fighting for joint custody, we all know, Jeezy, you're not about to go and do, school drop-off, pick-up, and the daily grind of looking after a child. That would be Jeannie. So most probably, Coco will stay with Jeannie and her mom. It's becoming and beginning to look ugly. And somebody is beginning to play dirty. That's all I can say. So let me know down in the comment section what you think. Okay? Before I go, some of you were saying, Fumi, I love your earrings. Are they not gorgeous? They are from Amazon. Yeah. All of my love, darlings. I'll see you I'll see you sooner than later.